juniors get out there and improve each and every race. Green, green, green is the call, and it's the 81 car of Oscar Amato. Gets away from Xavier Crow for the time being, and Jake Johnson back in third place. So they head back down the back straight for the first time in racing conditions here tonight for what is a 8-lap race for our juniors. They'll get a lap in the book. They'll already hit that lap traffic of those newer drivers up there at the back of Cooper Sayer. So it's the 81 car of Oscar Amato from the 18 of Xavier Crow, then back to the 27 of Jake Johnson in third place. Then it's back to Ali Watt in fourth place at the moment. So they head around, sorry, I should say Jaden Studd's in fourth place at the moment, then Ali Watt's in fifth. The 81 car has got a really good start. Oscar Amato, we call that name a few times, towards the front of the pack. Heads down the front straight. 2 laps in the book for these juniors tonight in this 8-lap heat race. Couple of new drivers out there as well. These cars are used to having new drivers on the track, so know exactly how to negotiate them. Back in second place, Xavier Crow's under a bit of pressure at the moment from Jake Johnson in second. Meanwhile, Jaden Stads is watching it all happen in front of him. So our lead car gets down with 3 laps in the book. Crow under some pressure at the moment from the 27 of Jake Johnson. Fighting out for second position. Crow tries to come around the outside. That lap car decides to duck underneath momentarily to maintain that second spot. The 27 car of Jake Johnson is just there waiting eagerly to find that opening, but will Crow keep the door closed? Meanwhile, out in front, it is our lead car, the 81 of Oscar Amato. Second place is Crow in the 18 car, that's Xavier Crow, and third place is Jake Johnson. Back then to the 11 car of Jaden Stads, that's your top 4. The only real battle is between second and third at the moment, between Crow and Jake Johnson. This is going to be a great battle for the final few laps in this one. The number 11 car comes a little untidy. If Jaden Stads manages to keep that one pointing in the right direction, comes off the concrete and heads in back onto the track with no harm done. Passing flag out for our slower drivers at the back there in the 95 car of Cooper Sayer. The 81 car of Oscar Amato is coming up and around. Should see the white flag this time around if I've got that correct. Second place is anyone's, very, very close from the 27 of Jake Johnson. Just gets around Cooper Sayer. Not much distance between them. The white flag will come out this time around. So the 81 of Oscar Amato has a lap to do it in. The 27 car gets underneath of Jake Johnson. So we've got a change for second at the moment. But this is going to be a good battle towards the end. White flag out for everyone. Just over half a lap to go for our race leader. Crow has a bit of work to do to get back up into second. At the moment, it's the 27 of Jake Johnson for the second place position. But your race leader, and has been from the start, Oscar Amato, comes around, picks up heat number 1 for our junior sedans. Second place, well, it's anyone's at the moment. Johnson and Crow. Crow's going to try and come out the wide line. Can't get up there. Second place is Jake Johnson. Third place is Xavier Crow in what was a great race for our juniors for heat number 1 in their first time tonight under racing conditions. So it's the 81 of Oscar Amato. Finishes off with a heat race win. Big congratulations to Oscar Amato. Sedans out there, so a couple of new drivers. Just getting some instructions from the Kim Beard about making sure they're aware of those drivers, and they're so good at doing it here. We're about to go green. It's Oscar Amato to lead it away, and he does a pretty good job. Xavier Crow is swooped underneath by Ali Watt in there, and then Jake Johnson is sitting in fourth at the moment. But have a look at this car out in front, Oscar Amato. That's a name we call at the front of a pack a lot of times. And then we've going to hit that lap traffic very quickly for these guys. And as I said, they're very used to having cars out there on the track with them. So they've got 1 lap in the book here at the Make Smoking History Bunbury Speedway. It is Oscar Amato out in front. Xavier Crow is in second, and then it's Jake Johnson in third. So they head down the back straight one more time to get another lap in the book in this 8-lap heat for heat number 2 of our juniors. Have a look at this car out in front of Amato. That is zooming around. Then Crow got a bit of work to do, but anything's possible in Speedway. Jake Johnson in second, and then the 4 of Ali Watt and the 11 of Jaden Stads are fighting it out for 5th at the moment, 4th and 5th position. Our race leader comes around, puts another lap in the book. Oscar Amato has got a set of train tracks out there that this car's on. I don't think it's moved off that line. Besides maybe getting around some of these lap cars, it is looking pretty good too. Back in second spot, holding on to it at the moment is Crow. Then it's back to the 27 of Jake Johnson in third spot. So a bit of a battle for second, couple of car lengths in it at the moment. It's nearly a length of the straight. In fact, maybe a little bit more for our race leader of 81 of Oscar Amato out in front. Have a look at this battle back in second spot. On your screens at home, that is Crow and Johnson fighting it out for second and third. Back to fourth spot is the 11 car of Jaden Stads. So a couple of lap cars in front of them. They've had to go around each other because of lap cars, and that puts our second and third place getting around as well. So we'll see the passing flag come out. A bit of work to do for Xavier Crow and Jake Johnson to get around it, but they did successfully and they maintained their spots. Have a look at our race leader. He is nearly a half a lap in front of this pack. He comes around to put another lap down. It is the 81 of Oscar Amato, long way in front. Here come our next second and third out of turn number 4. It's Crow just at the moment from Johnson. Johnson got a few laps to get this one sorted. In fact, it'll be 1 lap this time around. I think the white flag's going to come out. We don't have timing for the juniors, so we'll check and see if that white flag will come out. But Oscar Amato, he has got this car flying. It does come out from the white flag. So he's got 1 lap to go. Second and third between Crow and Johnson is very, very close. But Crow has been leading it so far and has got 2 to 3 car lengths to make sure that he can get in second spot for this one, with Johnson throwing everything at it. But our race leader comes around turn number 4, picks up the win by nearly a full half length of the track. Is Oscar Amato in first. Second place, it is close, but Crow wins out the battle in the 18 car, and then the 27 of Jake Johnson finishes it off for heat number 3. But how good, heat number 2 I should say. Oscar Amato in the 81 car, puts it in, gets the green, and then doesn't look back.
Isn't that car just quick, mate?
Oh, it's great to watch too. Look at, lights go green, they're giving the go, and Amato gets the start that we've seen all night. Crow in a second, then moving up into third is Jaden Stads, and then the 27 of Jake Johnson back into fourth spot. But have a look out in front. The 81 machine is away and got a bit of tracking down to do, does Xavier Crow. A lot of work out there. This 81 car is a rocket ship. Very, very close for third and fourth between the 27 and the 11. That's Johnson and Stads. That's anyone's at the moment. They hit a little bit of lap traffic early in this one. That puts Stads back into fourth position at the moment, with Jake Johnson up in third. But Xavier Crow, Oscar Amato is pushed away. Xavier Crow is in second. Good battle between third and fourth between Johnson and also Stads, and they're in that order as I spoke it. So they're coming around this lap traffic of these newcomers here in the junior sedans. They head down around the straight one more time. This feature is across 12 laps for our juniors tonight, and Oscar Amato, you'd expect to be where he is for all 12 of these laps. We are down to 3 laps down in this feature. It's Oscar Amato pushing away from Crow. Crow's got a bit of work to do to catch up to Amato. Then back in third spot is Jake Johnson. Fourth spot, Jaden Studs back there. And then we come around to the fifth spot of Ali Watt, followed by Cody Watt in the 2 green cars that are next to each other, heading around into turns 1 and 2. Oscar Amato flying through this track and flying through this preliminary main for night 1 of our juniors. Back in second spot is Xavier Crow. Hot on his heels, Jake Johnson doing a fantastic job here tonight at the Speedway and showing what these junior drivers can do between the new stars and the top stars. Oscar Amato puts another lap down. So does Crow, so does Johnson. and so does Jaden Stads as well. And that's the order they're in as they head around in this feature race, and they start to get very, very close to the two green cars in Watt and Watt at the back there. So Oscar Amato is about to hit those as lap traffic. They're still on the lead lap at the moment, those two cars. Second place, Xavier Crow. He has got a bit of pressure starting to be applied from the 27 of Jake Johnson. Just seems to be edging closer. Maybe pulled away a little bit now, but also equally back to Jaden Stads, who is trying to claim a position on the podium in this preliminary A main. We are down the back straight with our race leader, who's hit that lap traffic of the 2 Watt cars. Now he's going to get around okay. The passing flag getting a workout in this lap. He does, he gets around okay, does Amato. Then Xavier Crow, he's got about a length of the straight to catch up, if he can, to our race leader of Oscar Amato, who puts another lap down in the books. Very close between second and third, between Johnson and Stads. Johnson just winning out that battle at the moment. Stads trying to claim a position on the podium for night number 1. Our race leader gets around and puts another lap in the books. Coming up to lap traffic, this will make second and third very, very interesting, and equally fourth as well as they hit the 2 Watt cars for that lap traffic. Oscar Amato comes around. White flag about to come out for Oscar Amato. He's going to see that right now, so he's got 1 lap to go. Will we see any changes with one of the Watt cars in front of Xavier Crow? Will it hold him up? Will it allow Jake Johnson to gain a little bit of momentum? It doesn't. Crow gets around, Xavier Crow with no dramas at all. Jake Johnson and Stads trying to get each other. This is going to be where the battle's at. Meanwhile, our race leader picks up the checkered flag. Second place coming around now is Xavier Crow, and we have a calamity, for want of a better word, which involves, I can't see them, the 27 car of Jake Johnson. He was, so Jake Johnson was in third spot, and he has come together with those lap cars, which I didn't think were going to cause a drama. They did, with just under half a lap to go. Pretty sure we're locking that one in the book as a race 1 and done. So a big congratulations to Oscar Amato in car 81. Xavier Crow in third. That would put the 11 car into third. Xavier Crow's in second. Jaden Stad. Lights go green for the first time tonight, and the Crow pushes away. The number 4 car of Ali Watt as well does the same, and the 27 there of Jake Johnson pushes away. So we get under green conditions here for the first time tonight. A little bit slippery for some of these drivers as the track starts to dial itself in, and as we saw last night, we produced a beautiful track, and we'll see that come up. So it is Jake Johnson out in front in first place. Back then, oh, the lead car of Jake Johnson just has a little trouble getting around there, but the 4K car there of Ali Watt. In fact, there's 2 4 cars. I'm not sure if that's Corey McBride or Ali Watt. I'll have to find out for the details on that one. Barry might be able to help me out there. Cody Watt in third position, and we see our lap cars back there of the 95 of Cooper Sayer and Ivy Beesby, who are newcomers to the sport, and great to see them out there and giving it a red hot go. We'll see them flying around like the rest of these drivers. So it's out in front, 27 car of Jake Johnson. Then back to, I believe, is Watt in second. Third place at the moment is Cody Watt, and getting around some lap traffic at the moment. Xavier Crow is in the mix there as well, being pursued by Jaden Stads at the moment. So a good battle a little bit further back there for the minor positions as we head around. And while I've been looking at the minor positions, Ali Watt has come around and got about in front. It does say Halliday on the front there, so I'll have to find out exactly who's in that car. 27 of Jake Johnson is back in second place. Then it's Watts in front of Crow, in front of Stads at the moment. Battle for the minor positions here as they come around and hit a little bit more lap traffic on the backside there. So they're actually going to reach the rear of the faster cars as well, our leaders at the moment. So they head around Good battle between first and second at the moment. We're going to go with Ali Watt in that car. That's how we'll have to go. That's what I've got on my screen here. So Jake Johnson in second at the moment. So a good battle there. Cody Watt leading the charge for third at the moment. Xavier Crow does try to get around. They can't do it. So we see the passing flag out as they come around, and a good battle out in front. Jake Johnson has a bit of work to do to reclaim that top spot. Crow comes around and gets into third, gets around Watt this time around. So change of lead as they head down the back straight. Back in front is Jake Johnson. So a good battle between Johnson and Watt at the moment as they come around into turns 4. Been a swap and a change for those leads. Meanwhile, as we look towards third place, nearly half a lap behind at the moment, Xavier Crow's managed to win out the battle there and get into third, and has split the scene a little bit more. Ivy Beersby's had to pull on the infield for a moment, but has got that car back up and going. Having a look around the front, and our 27 car of Jake Johnson has had a good run out in front, putting a little bit of a gap between Ali Watt there in second, and then it's back around. But is Watt going to come underneath? Makes a little bit of a mistake. Oh, they come together and comes around. So our 4 car is back in front over Jake Johnson at the moment. Crow seemed to have found a little bit of speed towards the latter start of this race because he's closed the gap, but it might be way too far with the white flag out for these cars. They come around. Does Jake Johnson have one more in the tank for this? It doesn't look like it. The number 4 car, who I believe is Ali Watt, will confirm that very shortly as soon as the race is finished. But it comes around and picks up the heat race win out of turn number 4. In second is Jake Johnson, and then back to Xavier Crow, who found a little bit of speed in that once he got around those cars to get up and going. Checkered flag out, and heat number 4 for our KJB Industries couple of days, and that is back in 4th place, Xavier Crow. They head around for a first lap here, and as we saw last night, once Oscar Amato gets going, there is no stopping. Kura McBride, oh, 2 cars come together and go very, very close to, very lucky there where that drainage is. That was the 11 car of Jaden Stads, and Crow came together. Thankfully, both cars are still up and about. Could have been a very different story if you head towards that drain there. And look back out the front, it's Oscar Amato who's just split the scene in this one. McBride back in second, and then in third place at the moment, well, Xavier Crow comes a little unstuck trying to tackle Jake Johnson. Still stays in 4th, Jake Johnson in 3rd. As we head back up the back straight for another journey tonight, the 4 car is going to hit a little bit of lap traffic as well as our lead car. Oscar Amato gets around that. So Kura McBride's about to hit that lap traffic now as they head down the back straight for another lap in the books for this one. The battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th is definitely on, and underneath comes Jaden Stads, tries one on for Crow, manages to get underneath, so back into 4th spot for Jaden Stads. Jake Johnson is in front of them in 3rd, so a bit of work to do for Crow up in front as we pick up our race leader heading down the back straight one more time past the newly painted Bunbury Speedway. There's a couple of bumps and bruises on it after the last few events. Still looking fantastic there. So one more lap in the book for our race leader in Oscar Amato. 2nd place is coming around turns 3 and 4 now. This is Kura McBride in the number 4 car, the pink version of the 4 car. The other 4 car is Ali Watt out there. Our 3rd place at the moment is Johnson, and then back to the 11 car of Jaden Stads, who tackled Crow a lap or so back and has pulled away from Crow, who's back in 5th place. Here comes our race leader about to tackle 3 lap cars all in one foul swoop. Oscar Amato has to put the brakes on momentarily. The 3 green cars have held up for Oscar Amato, but he's managed to get underneath and kick away again. Kura McBride is going to have the same issue in a short time. White flag out for our race leader, 1 lap to go. As McBride gets around to meet some lap traffic, Amato passes the white flag. So McBride around with no dramas of the first car. Half a lap to go for our race leader. Comes around past the Bunbury Speedway sign for the last lap. Put your hands together for Oscar Amato. Great drive. Picks up the winning position for heat number 2 tonight for the juniors. Second place, Crew McBride picks that up. Third place, it's got close third place as we look back. 27 car of Jake Johnson's just in front of Jaden Stadd, but Johnson manages to win it out from Stads, and then Crow comes around for 5th spots. So Oscar Amato, have we seen so many times, pushes away and makes it all. They go green. The rocket ship of Amato kicks away. McBride in 3rd with Crow just in front. So that's how they sort themselves out. So Amato, Crow and McBride. Then it's back to Ali Watt, the 27 car of Jake Johnson there as well, and Jaden Stadd's in there. So the 2 cars we've seen towards the front. Got a bit of work to do to catch up to our race leaders here as they hit the new drivers coming around turns 1 and 2. Fantastic to see the new cars out there. As I say, it's great driving from them to be out there with these faster cars and enjoy the night. And as the weeks go on and the races go on, we'll see them hopefully towards the front, like Oscar Amato is out there having a great night tonight from Crow. Then from McBride in 3rd. The 81 of Oscar Amato out in front. Crow, little untidy out of turn 4, but just putting that car through its paces. McBride back in 3rd as they hit the lap traffic again, and Jake Johnson has got up into 4th with Jaden Stads right there behind. So Oscar Amato pushes away from this field. Crow has McBride not too far away. Equally does Jake Johnson have Jaden Stads hot on his heels. Crow goes really, really wide, opens the door for McBride. They just clip each other. McBride goes up towards the fence, manages to keep it going straight. Meanwhile, watch Jake Johnson. Oh, he almost capitalised on it. Just had to put the brakes on at the last minute. But meanwhile, Oscar Amato is pushing away in this one. Great drive from him. McBride's just holding on to 2nd from Crow. Crow's just nicks the nose in front. Jake Johnson takes over 3rd with McBride going out wide, and Jaden Stads may get up into 4th for this one. McBride holds on to it. They just get close to that lap traffic, squeezing their way through, and Stads does get up into 4th while all that is happening. So here's the order. It's Oscar Amato from Crow, from the 27 of Jake Johnson. Then it's back to Jaden Stads, and then the 4 car of McBride. He was probably the unluckiest one out of those passing moves in there, with some really tricky moves around some of the lap cars and around each other as well on this lead lap. So we head around with Oscar Amato. He's got the white flag out. He's got just over half a lap to go of this 520 metre Bunbury track. Crow's back in 2nd still. Made a bit of a gap between himself and Jake Johnson. And then Jaden Stads in 4th. Checkered flag out. 81 of Oscar Amato picks up the win. 2nd place is Crow. Then to Johnson in 3rd. And Stads in 4th. And McBride back in 5th spot. But Oscar Amato, as we've seen all through tonight, picks up fantastic heat race win. Lights go green, and they away. It's Amato and Crow off the front, and then it is back in 3rd spot. There as they sort themselves out into order. In fact, Crow has dropped back to 2nd in that one as well. Now Junior Sedans into their feature race. McBride gets up into 2nd. Crow under the track down, and Jake Johnson is in 4th. So McBride and Crow fighting it out for the minor positions. Jake Johnson watching them in front as well. And then it's back to Jaden Stads behind them. Crow's going to try and get underneath McBride to get into the 2nd spot on the podium. Does. Meanwhile, Oscar Amato has pushed away in this one. 12 laps for the junior sedan feature race here tonight. Thanks to KJB Industries. No change to the order as they head down the back straight. It's Oscar Amato out in front, grabbing some lap traffic. Early stages in this race. Good on you, Benjamin Oppenkin. Lots of support on the text line tonight. Out there racing, having a great time. Love seeing these kids come in and the smile on their face after they've been out on the track. Oscar Amato is out first. Second place is Crow. Third place, it's a bit of a battle back in third, and underneath has come Jake Johnson. McBride has lost a couple of spots there. I let Jaden Stads through as well, so McBride's been pushed back to 5th spot. Cars were all over the track coming out of turn 4, and winning that battle was Jake Johnson. So he's got himself up into 3rd. Crow in front in 2nd, and Oscar Amato a long way in front in this one in 1st spot. Our feature race for the juniors tonight. Thanks to the team at KJB Industries. All cars still up and running in this one, and Oscar Amato putting in another lap, getting around the lap traffic. Again with our 2 newbies of Ivy Beersby and also Cooper Sayer, and of course Benjamin Oppett out there as well. One of our newer drivers here in the juniors. Our race leader putting in some very, very good lap times here. 2nd place at the moment is Crow. 3rd place is Jake Johnson. 4th place is Jaden Stads. And dropped off a little bit from those positions is McBride. Our race leader nearly half a lap in front of 2nd position of Crow. Puts another one down in the book. The passing flag is out. Crow gets around. Jake Johnson gets around, and then Jaden Stads gets around as well. Our race leader heads down into turn number 4 and out into another lap in this feature race for our junior sedans. Crow comes around in 2nd. 3rd place is Jake Johnson. Pretty much almost half a lap in this now for our late race leader of Oscar Amato. About to hit a little bit more traffic, in fact hitting the faster of the lap cars very soon as well, the 2 green cars. White flag about to come out for Oscar Amato as he comes down the back straight one more time. Meanwhile, our 2nd place of Crow is in the front straight. So Oscar Amato comes around, he'll see the white flag this time. He does. The 81 car has 1 lap in the book for this one here. They roll around. Amato hits that lap traffic, but that's not going to worry him. He gets underneath pretty easily. White flag out for the rest of our field further back there. But here we go for the 81 car of Oscar Amato. Picks up our feature race win for the junior sedan tonight, thanks to KJB Industries. Great drive from Oscar Amato as we've seen all night. 2nd place is going to be Crow. 3rd place is the 27 of Jake Johnson, and Jaden Stads in 4th. But Oscar Amato is the man that picks up the win tonight.